So you've got a great shot framed and you're ready to take the picture. You have to press that shutter release button in order to get focus, but the camera takes the photo and you weren't intending to. Oh, that's annoying. Well, keep watching because in this video, we'll talk about another way to get focus that will address that very issue. Hello and welcome to 5-Minute Photo. I'm Bill Ferris. So in this video, we're going to talk about back button focus. This is a way of separating the focus control of your camera away from or off of that shutter release button. And this can be helpful sometimes. Imagine a situation where, say, you're shooting sports or wildlife and you're trying to follow a subject that's moving through the frame. Well, if you've got focus activation being controlled by the shutter release button, then in order to be ready to take that picture, you're following your subject and you're half pressing that shutter release button. But if the subject is moving somewhat erratically, then it may be that the focus is being set not on your subject, but on something else in the frame. And so by separating focus control from that shutter release control, you can have more control, more effective control over making sure your subject is in focus. And here's how we do that. I shoot with a Nikon D610, and so I'm going to push the menu button to get into the menu options, and I'm going to scroll down to the custom menu settings. I'm going to go over into the custom menu settings, and I'm going to scroll down to controls. Once I get into controls, I'm going to look for the control for AEL and AFL. These are the auto exposure lock and auto focus lock. Now, I'm going to select that button and I'm going to assign to it the option of AF on. Why AF on? Because now when I press that AEL, AFL button, it's going to activate the camera's autofocus system. Now, the beauty of this is that while I'm holding the camera and following a moving subject, my right thumb typically is right over that AEL, AFL button, and my right forefinger is over the shutter release button. So I can hold down that back button to focus on the subject I want to follow. Now, if that subject happens to stop and is holding still in one position, once I set focus on that subject, I don't need to do it anymore. But when I'm ready to take, I can just reframe and then push that shutter release button to take the picture. And I'm not changing the focus at all by doing that. So by moving the focus control off the shutter release button to that back button, it gives me more control and it allows me to be more effective at taking photographs where my subject is in focus, even when that subject is moving, perhaps even moving erratically. Back button focus. This is a really useful technique for your photography. Give it a try. I think you'll find it's easy to learn to use and it pays huge dividends. Thank you for watching. I'm Bill Ferris, and I'll see you next time on 5-Minute Photo.